you'll see what everything kind of like. It's pretty straightforward. You guys are going to vote, but we've done presentations, so we've got 6 presenters. Oh, big 6. Right, good guy. So we'll have 6 presentations, and it should be 7. Should be about 5 minutes, give or take the changing of the presentations. Okay. John, you there?
Hello.
Hey, there he is. So John's our host online. So you can see everything okay? You can hear us all right?
We're great.
Awesome. So
when we're live.
Is Edward with you?
Edward is on in the studio. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, you were here last time. It was a freaking nightmare. I was here the time before that when it was really, really bad. So
it's a learning process.
Actually, pretty well set up. Okay, so just to save everybody time and not keep people from food that's going to show up in a little while. All right. I'll welcome you. It's you're recording? Yeah, you're streaming, so it's recording automatically, right? Okay.
You're good to go, sir.
John, everybody, say hi, John. So he's kind of the man operating stuff online. He's in Vancouver. We'll have somebody join us from Kenya, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to have the pitches here. So welcome to Demo Day 6. This is our 6th time we've been doing this. And the bad news about this is I'm actually leaving MacEwan after this. So I'm going to go over to Nate and kind of help with them. They've got some plans for me and try to bring some things together. But we'll probably see MacEwan Venture Lab continue, just won't be with me really standing in this seat. But either way, I'm always excited about this. So what MacEwan Venture Lab is I want to make it, I've tried to make it a very inclusive, all ages, all places, all locations, all industries, a little bit of everything. Like I want it to be kind of, I don't want to call it the dumping ground, but where the rest of the ecosystem doesn't go, I want us to be the place where everybody can go. And the beautiful thing about the way we have some of the judges here is they are connectors to a lot of the rest of the ecosystem. So as people are presenting and talking and seeing things, we can start to see what kind of cool things might go on. And I'm going to get the judges to introduce themselves in a second. But and then they can connect with them and kind of keep going. So if this is the beginning, it's just the beginning. It's just the start of the beginning to start going on and keep kind of growing the businesses from there. So what the MacEwan Venture Lab is really, in most cases, it's been a 6-week, in this case, a 7-week, I think a little bit longer. A group of workshops, some one-on-one mentoring, office hours, a lot of introductions, and then ultimately kind of coming together with a pitch meeting, right? And the pitches are in various stages. Some people, are working towards, like Edward is the guy in Kenya, he's making a little bit of money off it, but not everybody is, and that's okay. Right, so you can ask, the judges can ask really tough questions about their finances and things like that. You might not get a lot of answers. They're not necessarily investor ready, but they're a great place to start and kind of get going. So the hope I have is for whatever state the business is, however new it is, I want people to be able to explain their business in 2 minutes and get a really good understanding of what that looks like to help the world understand what they're working on, right? And then call out for collaborators and supporters and maybe investors, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what MacEwan Venture Lab is. It's just a starting ground and it's a place to learn and kind of figure out some of the cool fundamentals about business and then go on and do stuff. We have an app that I built and run, and that's called Pocket Mentor, and it's a free download, and people can use it to learn some of the fundamentals. I use it also to train mentors. So a lot of the mentors in the ecosystem are learning about this and using it so they can help other entrepreneurs do the same. Because my hope, my vision personally is to help 1 billion entrepreneurs around the world avoid needless failures. So clearly, I can't do that myself. It would take a long time. So I look to everybody else to learn about mentorship and help out others and make spaces like this to have lots of new and early and crazy ideas come forward and start getting into the ecosystem. Okay? Okay, so I'll start with this. Ego, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the crowd?
It's noon. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ayo Ayedeye. I'm the Director of Capital Access at Agora Innovates. Anyone here know about Agora Innovates? Oh, okay, awesome. So we're a proud corporation of the government of Alberta, and we support research and innovation across the entire province. We support through three main pillars. That's okay. Okay. We support through main pillars: capital, coaching, and community, building community around entrepreneurs to give them the chance to be successful. And yeah, really glad to be here today and to be in the midst of these amazing judges, and looking forward to each day.
Hi everyone, I'm Dawn Newton, and I'm the head of acceleration at Edmonton Unlimited. We are the City of Edmonton's municipal authority on innovation. So we provide free programs to entrepreneurs as well as help to showcase innovation that's happening in Edmonton for the world. So within my role, I work with accelerators, Silicon Valley accelerators that we brought into the province, as well as help to run a pre-accelerator that's a partnership with province-wide. That might be like an option in terms of next steps. So that our catalyzer program includes support right from the stage where you're building your MVP, or maybe you've already got your product and you're trying to attract your first customers. And for those of you when you're at a point where you have revenue and you're now looking to build some foundations to scale and grow, we have programs for that too. So whether it's Alberta Catalyzer or other programs through Edmonton Unlimited, we hope to be able to support you and others that makes it work.
Hello, I'm Christina Fratello. I'm the founder and CEO of KBN. We opened on 104th Street in 2016, and actually today is our 7th year anniversary. We have 7 stores to date, and this year is the MacEwan salary check. So I'm very excited to be with my first time. So,
You got to shout to the back.
They had such a great introduction, so I don't know if I have something as nice. But my name is Chloe, and I currently work in BBVA as a strategy lead. Startup, we're about a year and a half in, so I have my hands in a lot of different things. But BBVA caters to Black founders, and we help them support kind of like what she spoke about, from anything from MVP all the way to when they have their brand idea. And so we provide community, we provide support on mentorship programs, 3 different programs that cater to Black founders in different stages. And yeah, I basically support with sustainability, partnerships, program stuff on a daily basis as well. But I'm really excited to be here. I really enjoyed my time here last time. And super excited to hear the ideas today as well. So yeah.
Thank you. So there's our amazing panel of judges. And just to give you an overview of what's going to happen today. So we're going to get into pitches pretty fast here. I haven't selected an order, so they probably don't even know. We're just going to like randomly make stuff up and draw straws or something. And I might point to them randomly and make them all no more nervous. But that's kind of part of the fun. So how the format's going to go is we're going to have a 2-minute pitch. And then we're going to have 5 minutes of Q&A by the judges. If you want to ask questions, you can maybe put it online or something. I'm not sure we'll get to them, but you can join. John, why don't you pull up that QR code? There is 3 prizes available. There's a first prize and a second prize that are chosen by the judges, and then there's a People's Choice Award, right? So if you go to this QR code and bring that up, it'll actually, that's where you can get the voting. Okay, so, or it's hard to see here, but it says fuse42.ca/demo day. If you go fuse42.ca/demo day, you'll be able to get in and join and then vote for whoever you think is People's Choice. Okay? And by the way, this is being streamed. So there's people that are watching, and I know in Calgary, there's people watching that are friends and family. There's all kinds of people kind of joining in. So it might sway the voting, just to let you know. But whoever, if you want to pass it to friends and family, whoever you want to join, that's where they would join. So, what time is it? I don't know. I'm not keeping track of time. It is 12:11. Hey, almost perfectly on my little schedule that I have. So we're going to have Edward pitch first. John, can you do me a sound check real quick just to make sure you're not too loud, too quiet?
Hello. Yeah, and I've got Edward's video ready to go here. Edward is currently not in the studio, Colin. He might be having some technical difficulties. Do we want to go to somebody else first or play his video first?
You know what? Let's wait till he comes back in. Just obviously give me that 30-second timer, and when we're doing Q&A, and then hopefully we'll have him fit in once we have. Right? Hopefully he can last long enough to do the video. Is he trying to get back in? Or
He's trying to. I'm communicating with him on WhatsApp, but he's not here yet. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? You think we should do the video and see if we can get him in?
I think that we should do one of the on-site presenters first.
All right. You want to go first? Look at all those hands. All right, Christiane, come on, let's go. I like that. Oh, there's my phone. Looking around, trying to figure out my phone. Okay, so just give them a second to plug in. So what's been really cool, okay, so working with the entrepreneurs, I love it, by the way. Like, it's always exciting to work with entrepreneurs because we had probably, I don't know, we had maybe 10 or 12 people originally kind of signed up. And then, well, actually, I think it was closer to 15. And then we had a bunch of people, show up to the early ones. And then there were some pivots and some changes. And because some of the people we're working with, young, starting, and they have jobs now, and they're all of a sudden like, I can't do this. I'm right in the middle of a job. I need to make money or do whatever. And so we had a couple of folks drop out because they couldn't get the time off today. So we had all these various little situations. That's what happens, right? We almost lost Ayla to a sports day, but fortunately, there was too much smoke, so we get Ayla today. But, so this is how it works sometimes, right? You just kind of work with it. There were some great pivots along the way. You're going to hear a really cool story later about some of that. And now that we're up and running, I'm going to, there's a back to work. Oh, there you go, plug it in. Plug that in somewhere. Okay. I will turn it over to Christiane, and he will give a presentation.
I'll just use my laptop.
Okay. Oh, sure.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christiane Fulton, and I'm the CEO and founder of Home Care Labs. We aim to provide health and wellness testing via at-home lab tests. Why? Because we believe that the testing process is short. Now, how many of you enjoy spending time in a doctor's office waiting for their routine wellness test? Or how many of you like to then have to take that requisition form and go to another testing center in order to get that test result? Yeah, and what about results? Are they immediate? No, they very often take days, sometimes even weeks. So we contend that the testing process is broken. You don't have to take my word for it. Over the past 5 weeks, I've collected a copious amount of user feedback. I spoke to 103 individuals, 20 doctors and nurses, and 15 naturopathic doctors. Now, I gleaned a lot of terrific feedback. I want to highlight 3 for you. One, first, people are busy. They want to save time. That's especially with others, a key user persona for our doctor. And they will do almost anything to avoid a doctor's visit. An at-home test can help with that. 2, the immediacy of test results. While that's a real want or like, what they really want is an easier to read, easier to understand format that they can revisit. And finally, we want clarity, we want transparency around our tests, what tests are available and what it costs. We currently don't have that. But we could. With Home Care Labs, if you order a test online, it would be delivered to your home. Home Care is starting with vitamin D. The test performed at your home is quick, affordable, accurate in 10 minutes. From any smartphone, you then capture a picture of that completed test, and it will be analyzed and you get results right away. So now, you can chart your health, you can get notified and follow up testing, and you can you can share also your history of your health with your healthcare practitioner all from home. So how are we going to do this? Well, the team is small but mighty. I'm an entrepreneur with 10 years of experience. I've successfully taken markets from previous ventures. We have a chief scientific officer, Michael Serpi, professor of chemistry here at U of A with over 20 years of experience in diagnostics. currently working on a prototype that reads the tests. We can't do it alone. So we have two primary asks. We'd love to be introduced to some investors, use that capital to complete our community. And as importantly, we want to reach out to the community. We're looking for help. Anybody that gets jazzed by disrupting healthcare testing, please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. My email address is at the bottom. Thank you.
Fortunately for Christiane, I did not time it because that was over.
Here's 2 minutes.
In some universe. Okay, please, judges, feel free to ask questions.
So, Christiane, thank you so much for that presentation. Excited to see that you're trying to move this testing into a different direction. You mentioned you started providing some feedback. And what's kind of your next follow-on test that we think follow a similar model with I would expect to show the demonstration of kits.
Yeah.
How does that evolve?
Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, these are what we call colorimetric tests, or LFA, lateral flow assays, or lateral flow devices. We're starting with vitamin D because that's one that we can easily procure. We've got all the testing set ready to go. So we'll be launching with those. Customer discovery, which is still ongoing, has been very interesting. I think as far as single test is concerned, I think the iron test would be the next biggest one. Some other discovery that came out of this is that, loosely speaking, I think 80% of our market is geared towards women. Certainly that's the med market where we target. They seem to be more on top of things, want more autonomy over their own health, especially women and children. And this testing to extend to people who are unwell and the elderly, but these are early days so far. What's exciting is that these tests don't have to be run through testing. You can run certainly four, possibly 6 biomarkers in one go. Also, a test which looks very much like a COVID test. I've got some examples, and after this, I can show you what they look like on the table. But they have a sort of single membrane. You can actually bifurcate that, run this duplicate, run this duplicate. I envision a day when we could run panels of tests. What markers are the key biomarkers for things like stress or fertility? That is really exciting. That's what Michael and I are sort of talking about. So the handout, I saw the handout before.
My next question, great idea about the I wanted to know more about the market and what the competitors look like, what differentiates you.
Great question. There are seemingly a number of competitors out there, lots of companies that are selling these tests. The key value prop here, nobody reads the phone. That test result is updated in every case you should available. And I have some numbers, but it's older data, it's 2014 to 2015. But even with the testing such as here, you don't do all of the actual scanning here. Testing, certain naturopathic doctors send more than 50% of the tests in the United States to the UK to get tested. It's a huge amount of time, and there's a risk of biological specimen, missing, degraded. So we love this idea of being able to analyze it on the phone, and it is possible.
Rick, I love the idea. Doctor's office is that the high children, so I get it. And iron is something given out of the iron is something that usually try. When providing to example iron, what do you know if the test results are? And there's where you turn to for support ratings that they really how things what things are off, but we still do value because we have a doctor to know that we have it solved. So again, what's the next step?
That's a great question. Like I said, I hope these things happen to people, but I tried to allude to that in one of the slides. This idea of sharing your history of health with your healthcare practitioner. There are some good apps. I think Yoga is one. I have to double check that, but the app sort of encourages you to share your results with your healthcare practitioner, and I think we sort of do the same thing today. The idea is these are non-critical. We're not identifying cancers. Just
1 minute left, everybody. 1 minute.
There you go. He's a big, heavy voice. I'm surprised it's a minute, but keep going.
Feels like 10 up here. So yeah, the idea would be that you should seek help to encourage that. I think Canada's a very highly tightly regulated market, far more so than other parts of the world. It may not be the first place to launch it, but it'd be exciting, I think, to see us work with healthcare providers. I have some advisors that are doctors, I think we on the slide, but they like the idea of reducing the cost of the burden, not just sort of the cost of time that doctors spend on these non-critical issues to a lot of this outside of the doctor's time.
Perfect.
Okay.
If it's really fast.
30 seconds, I think that Detroit will be the last person.
Yeah.
All the great judges ask all the questions I have here. Just one last one. Can you speak to what your focus is right now? Are you focused on the product? Are you focused on the process? We're still working on running two things in parallel: customer discovery through all this workshop. It's been enormously insightful and helpful. Just all the time, more and more speaking to people. I'm learning about, I think, new markets. What I thought was going to be the big market. Now suddenly, I spoke to this wonderful woman. She was black, and she said, "I think that who you spoke to, I was ashamed to say that is not a large part of my customer discovery. I want to reach out to them, vitamin B, low levels, low iron, so no problem with that." And she's a cohort community, so part of that we're trying not to rush to build here, but we do have all these important parts for once we read this. So, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Who wants to go next? I'm gonna start picking. Ready to go, Ayla, or do you want to wipe one more? If you don't go now, you're gonna go next. So, all right, come on up. Get connected, and we'll go from there. So thank you. And just a tip to the speakers: you have 5 minutes for questions. It's good to be very condensed in your answers. Okay. We started with Christiane, which is great because he's verbose, and so just like me, which is not a bad thing, but it's great to make sure that we get those answers. Yeah, give me more of a 30-second warning. I think the minute is good, but we'll keep that. So.
Gotcha.
That looks terrible. There you go. Good? Okay, so this is Ayla. I'll turn it over to her, and away we go.
Meet my little brother.
Sorry. Didn't mean to upstage you there for a second.
Meet my little brother. Parents, have you seen this kid on the side of the park crying, mitless, with red and soon-to-be white hands? Well, in the next 1.5 minutes, I'm going to tell you about the hero for this situation. Hi, I'm Eric, CEO and co-founder of Rounded Field, where we believe in warm, dry.
We got to pause for this. There we go.
You may wonder, what makes Rogers different? Well, we have an innovative design that makes it really hard for young children to take secrets off. Second, we use QR code technology to reunite the mix with the owner if it's ever lost. And third, we are a social impact business, so for every 3 minutes bought, 1 minute will go back to the community. There is a $498 million mission, which includes adults, but it's still huge. And there's approximately 1.3 million children under 5 in Canada. And our goal of 250 minutes sold in the winter season of 2022-2023. Because we are a social impact business, this means that for every 3 minutes sold, 1 minute will go back to the community. So donate it for a cost. If you see something on the board that you can do, please help. I need the money. And thank you.
my timer, that was only a minute, but I stopped it somewhere in the middle, so. All right, questions from the judges. Also, judges, if you don't mind, because you're facing this way, loud would be great.
Amazing. I have kids and they're all so I think there's a huge, huge business case behind it, a huge market opportunity. When I saw the 250, I'm like, that's being very conservative, really. But just very curious, what stage are you at right now with the business?
Right now, we're doing our best to find a manufacturer that's something or reinvent. We have plenty of people are interested in buying, and we're also working with a very experienced developer to make it.
Question. Love your presentation. I love your ideas. Love your focus. I wish I had that when I was your age. But I have two questions actually. First one being, how do you plan to sell your items? Do you want to sell it online or do you want to
Yeah, pretty much online and I really work with
sort of so you want to start getting small and then grow? Okay, great. And then also, why did you decide to make a social sustainability?
Well, I know that we have the Young Child and Foster Care section, and it's actually named after his name is Ryan. And we know it's super important that foster kids can have what they need. And even like kids with poverty, it's so important that they can actually stay warm. Yeah, I production and something. So they're basically like they're square top, like a thumb, and you have a Velcro strap here, that's adjustable, and then they're regular. So then you can find yeah?
Where did you come up with the idea?
Well, it's actually kind of funny. Our little brother, he would always take off his mitts, and so we tried dog mitts, and then they just stayed on. And so we copied the design into the mitt and made it look a bit more human.
I love it.
Yeah. I am very impressed with your innovative thinking to identify that problem that all experience kids too. And I appreciate the thought around those lost kids also finding that. So how do you think people are doing?
So basically, QR code will be scanned by the person coming in, and say, scan here. At the very start, you just register your net. It's going to be very simple. And then once the QR code gets scanned, what we're planning is it'll send a message to the person who owns the net, and it will say, your net has been found. And Finder is going to request a pickup location, like we're hoping the partner is retail stores. And so it'll be like a pickup. So pretty much it's off, somebody can come and drop it off and go pick it up.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. It's exciting.
Good work. Okay, so next we're going to go online and we're going to have Edward pitch from Kenya. So, John, is that going to work? We were waiting, and I meant to do him last because he was actually there. He's got spotty internet sometimes.
We're ready to go with Edward. I'm going to bring up his video in just 1 second.
Perfect. Thanks, John.
Edward Dogola. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Sanvacom. Sanvacom is an agtech startup in Kenya, changing the whole narrative around waste pollution and the harmful effects it has towards human health. You know how millions of people die from poor waste management and how harmful the chemicals in our foods are. In the year 2022, I noticed that a number of people in our urban slums were dying as a result of waste that are dumped near water bodies, local markets, and communities. Imagine if we could have dealt with this waste in a more circular way. We use insects to turn the waste into top quality fertilizers and animal feeds. Our products are chemical free, with the feeds having 50% protein content and farmers expecting 10% higher growth performance from their yields. So far, we have acquired 150 customers in our call list, with 10 new LOIs and 10 suppliers. My team has got over 25 years combined experience in product design, quality assurance, project management, including sales and marketing. My ask is for mentorship and an investment to help scale this $54 billion market globally. Thank you.
So we can have Q&A. Edward's there. You can hear us, Edward? I hope. He's been.
Should be here shortly.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, Edward. Can you hear us now? You might want to remember any questions, and we might come back.
How are you?
There you are. Go ahead, Edward. We'll let the judges ask the questions. You'll have to speak up. He can hear you. The mic's pretty good, but you'll have to speak up.
So I'll kick things off. So Edward, great to see that you kind of saw a problem in your community and are really bringing the team together to attack that problem. Have you already established facilities for doing this processing, and is transportation an issue in terms of taking the waste to your process facility?
Wow, I'm not really getting you that.
I will. I'll reiterate.
To start.
Yeah, I can give you the question again, Edward.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so basically,
I request you repeat the question.
Yeah, are you where are you doing the building of this fertilizer, and how are you dealing with transportation to the customers?
Okay, we are actually doing Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya. Number two, we are using a transportation vehicle. We are using a transportation vehicle, and we are removing the waste from the food markets, around 10 food markets, and then we are transporting them to the facility and converting them to fertilizer and feeds.
They have it on site. They have a whole. Okay, thanks, Edward. I'll get another question here. David? Yeah, sure. Come on over. He's coming closer to the mic.
Hey, Edward, can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, great.
I'm getting you clearly.
Oh, awesome. Great project, great initiative. I think it's solving a major problem in the world. So congrats to you and your team for doing that. I think you mentioned you're just about to start. So I'm just curious if you could just walk us through what the life cycle looks like. How do you source the waste? How long does it take to get that to your facility? How long does the conversion, take to become the output? And are there like byproducts from this process as well? And how do you take care of that?
Okay, the life cycle takes 10 days. 10 days to convert the waste to fertilizers. And number two, as I said, that the output that we get is called the BSF proteins. We feed them to the poultry, and then the byproduct is the fertilizer, the organic fertilizer. And our end users are the agribusiness smallholder farmers that actually reach to them through the community-based organizations and also the farmer society groups. I don't think, is there a question I've not answered?
Yeah, that's good, Edward. Any other questions? Okay, we're good.
So the life cycle takes 10 days, yeah.
That's and how long does it take you to get the waste to your plant?
Around 2 hours. 2 hours.
Thank you so much, John. I appreciate
2
that.
hours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, Edward.
Okay, who's next? Yeah, you want to go or not? All right, come on up. You guys gonna arm wrestle over who's gonna go next?
I guess.
Yeah. You want me to just pick a number between? Yeah, rock paper scissors. Let's go. You guys do that. So Arnold's one of the guys that is a student, but also has been working almost full time. So he's hasn't been able to be at everything, but in a flurry of activity over the last little bit, last couple of days, he puts everything together. So it's looking forward to it. Go ahead, Arnold, when you're ready.
Hi everyone, my name is Arnold Gilzo, co-founder of Global Law. Savor the world one bite at a time. In order to understand a little bit about how I got here, let me talk to you a little bit about my journey. So I enrolled into this accelerator program, and I wanted to build a social media app that connected young professionals that were new to the city. So when I went out there, started to talk to people, but what I realized is that most people have already too many apps. There's already too many apps they're downloading, and they want to actually get rid of the apps. But one interaction got me really interested was with an international student that is from India, immigrated here in Edmonton. He said that one thing he was really missing was home cooked food. The only time he was able to get that type of food was when he was going to his parents. So it got me thinking, what if you could get some really cool Indian food made by a mom here in Edmonton? Or even better, you can get some really nice East African food made by a grandmother that was born and raised in Kigali, Rwanda. That's what our solution provides. It's able to enable, empower, connect, and deliver food all the way to our customers. So we're able to enable home cooks to be able to cook some food with their tradition that is authentic, but removing all the complexity that comes with shipping food on there. We're able to empower our home cooks by being able to provide them the liberty to choose the number of meals and how many people they're cooking. And then we connect those home cooks with other guests that are more interested in trying those foods from different kind of places. And we'll deliver by taking care of ourselves with delivery to your home. Our team is composed by co-founder and I are University of Alberta graduates. We both have about 5 years of experience in software engineering, but more importantly, we love food and we are more eager to build this community around us. Our ask is really to build on our network. We're really at the early stages and we're looking for students and food lovers as well as home cooks that will be eager to join this community so that we can build this network of traditional foods. Thank you.
Beautiful. Perfect. Arnold, yeah, please.
Yeah, I just have to start because those pictures.
Yeah, I know.
I am so
Food's coming.
right now.
Food, I should have got him to go last.
That's great. Awesome presentation. Yeah, I get over the picture. Okay, I have a couple questions. First is, it sounds like you're dealing with marketplace. Is that what it is?
Yes, we're building a network. So our network of home cooks where they're saying, hey, I'm from this country. I am cooking 4 dishes this week. And then whoever is interested can go post out.
Okay, that's it. So it sounds like you're like 2 sides to this, right?
Yes.
You've got food and you've got eating. Okay, just making it sound, as simple as possible. Have you identified where you need to bring critical mass? That's really what happens when you have like a 2-sided marketplace. Where do you need to bring critical mass? Students, people that we're getting most of the fraction right now. So that's question 1. And then question 2 is, what kind of infrastructure in around this? Are you getting into food delivery? That's also a market right now. Are you leveraging existing infrastructure? And how does that, maybe eat into your market? Is it Loaded question, but how did that impact your market? Because it's really a very tight market. It helps you.
Yeah, great question. The first one is when we actually start talking to people, we start talking to companies as well as students. One thing we notice is that students are all the way up to it, especially international students at university, are all looking for something like this because these networks already exist, but they exist within communities. So when these communities have their network, Indian community has their network, so it's a matter to get them connected and make it more deliverable and more accessible for everyone. So I would say getting into the network of groups will be the hard part, but we're making our efforts to be able to connect, to get connected with this community and have contacts so that they can trust us in terms of the service we're providing. And then the second level of the question is that we are still at the very early stages. So right now we're planning, like the one on that, to make this delivery. We have tons of time, we have cars, resources, and we can compose a lot of that cost right there. As we grow, as we grow at scale, we're looking at making it more local. So perhaps having pickup spots at local coffee shops, or having it at small retailers that we can really use that sense of community of people being able to explore even where they go.
Love the idea, by the way.
Okay.
Definitely, I'm a student as well, and I'm also a woman, so I can really be both sides. But my question is, what's the business model? What's really
Yeah, for sure. So every single banquet will have a certain base price for the meal that they're going to provide. And in order for a user to be able to pick up that meal, they will have to pre-book by offering that base price plus a little bit of commission or tips, whatever that is. And then our organization will just take a small percentage of that.
so the students pay for it, or
Yeah, the students will have to pay for doing this.
okay?
That are-
And do you have an idea of how you can price for students as well, right? So money is for most students short,
Yeah.
and it's also like cost of living increase. So even though like it's interest may not be private for a lot of students, so how are you going to set up reasonable price that will work for the homeless, but also work for the
Yeah, that one also will have to do more thinking and looking around. But from the initial interviews I've done with students, they are already spending more than $100 to $200 a week on their classes because most of them don't have the university equipment. So we know that there is an opportunity there. So it's more talking about the students what we think is right price in terms of routine of
30 seconds.
Oh, that's loud, eh? That'll tell you. Keep going.
Great idea. I love the idea of you might have an advantage over to your business. And then that'll be more overhead than you, so you might be better run out of if before it starts to come into business.
Yeah.
So, and then for that, sometimes you just use works. And also have to go to price.
That's a great question. So I would say right now at the beginning we're looking really for a big network of companies. But we want to grow this so that we can be even more. We can have a platform where people can share recipes, we can share tutorials. Because a lot of these homegrown food, there's no recipes online on how to do that. There's no recipes on how to make food or chapati. So then having the moms being able to even create more revenue, like more than just cooking, but also providing instructions and materials are able to do that. So that if you eat a meal, you love it, then maybe you can go on the app and look at how
Perfect. Anything else? You know what? I learn a little bit every time I do this, and definitely if we're gonna have a food one, I'm gonna do that at the end. Because now I'm like, is it here yet? Like, I've lost everybody's attention. So, anyways, thank you, Arnold. You know, it's really hard. So I'm a bit of a, well, I'm definitely a dad at least. I've got, older kids now, which is great. But as I listen to all these pitches, I'm like, oh, let me answer that, because I get to know a little bit about their business and, coaching them and trying to give the different feedback and ideas of how to take it and how to answer some of these questions. So I'm like, I'll answer for you. But I don't want to, and it's really hard for me to sit in the back. All right, now we're going to have Tammy up next. Come on up, Tammy, and get set up. And then, of course, plug that in. It's a little easier than tapping. So, good so far? You enjoying yourself? Can you hear okay? Yeah, a little harder up there, right? Yeah, in the peanut gallery at that. So, if we use a mic, then it really starts messing up, right? With all the echoes and the weird stuff going on there. So. Okay, so what else can I say? So yeah, as soon as we're done here, we're gonna start. The judges are gonna take a little break and talk a little bit about first and second place. In the meantime, we'll be able to kind of shift over. We've got I think only 2 left, right? It's fast, eh? So I shortened it. Last year we were doing 3-minute pitches, much to the presenter's delight. Cramming it into 2 minutes is a lot quicker, but it also, I think, gives, it forces a more cleaner idea to be able to kind of get everything out there. That is, yes. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Tammy.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Tammy Berg. I am a public relations student here at MacEwan University. I'm also studying diversity and inclusion at Cornell University as well. And I am the founder of the Clothing Company. So there is a huge shortage of clothing that is sensory smart clothing for children. No tags, no seams, and Luke is here to fill that void in that category. We offer clothing with all those features and more, and you'll hear from that. It's going to be amazing if we can actually get this clothing line to be accessible for all those who actually really need it, for all those families. I know there is a need because I have spoke to over 100 families, very verbal families, occupational therapists and speech pathologists who are telling me that there is very much a need for this type of clothing, as well as my now 4-year-old twin boys who were born at 32 weeks and 4 days at just over 3 pounds each. And I empathize with those parents who are struggling because when they were born, they did not have the adaptive clothing. It just did not exist either. So it was a daily struggle for our family. What really sticks with me, truly in my heart, is when I'm talking to all these moms and dads about their children and the frustration and almost desperation that I hear in their voice, that they cannot find seam-free, tag-free clothing that's comfortable and stylish for their little ones. As well as there is no clothing company that has built-in environment for those little ones who need to have ease or fidgets with them so they can focus and learn every day. And this is a really exciting part that I get to tell you about. I have a huge opportunity here to partner with a drapery company here in Edmonton. They have been around for many, many years, Vertical Drapery, and they have offered me their residents of these beautiful, colorful, amazing panels to use to create functional pockets on the clothing that we're creating for these children. So essentially we're upcycling the fabric that is left over from their projects. So it's a very cool way to proceed. There's me. So I have over 15 years of experience working for major CPG companies, bringing products to life at retail for Pure, Nestle, Spin Master, and Levi's. These are the companies that are helping to bring food to life at the moment. So Children's Autism Services of Edmonton, they are guiding every innovation in this project. I'm meeting with them a couple times a month, and they are really telling me what these parents and what these kids need in this building. Everywhere is the store that is attached to Autism Services of Edmonton and Children's Autism Services, and they are so excited to take our first order once we get it to a place for their manufacturing. Of course, we go through area, and Media Shaker is currently building our e-commerce site. There are 750,000 school-aged children with sensory processing disorders in Canada. So what I'm asking is for mentorship, startup help, more technical expertise for marketing, for investment, because what I know for sure is that if we partner together, we can help a bunch of amazing kids a heck of a lot faster.
All right, judges, we're only going to have about 2 minutes for questions.
I'll jump first. If I have kids who, while not technically requiring it, I can't even tell you how many trainings out of it. So I'm wondering if you consider a market beyond just kind of that more niche market in terms of more broadly for families that are also looking for that more comfortable.
For sure, we could have a basics line as well. So there'll be a grommet line and a basics line for those who just wanted to get easy.
With this fragrant, and I just cut out a piece, actually it's this long page from my niece. But yeah, are you, is it online business or are you like retail business or wholesale through the two
So,
businesses?
online, and then also, like I mentioned, I'd be looking to get into smaller retail initially. Like I said, there's very much a lot of interest at Everywhere at Children's Autism Limited to start to put it in their store, as well as some other smaller stores that have shown quite a bit of interest, because there's just nothing out there for this type of product. So some contacts, we're currently looking in Pakistan and as well as Calgary as well. We're just sort of in that phase of sourcing. Okay. And ask what stage right now, so we're doing we're sourcing for manufacturing at this point, and I have some few prototypes made as well, and we're just taking it step by step.
30 seconds.
Well, I mean, family is awesome. Glad to see that you did progress with this. When we talk about this, you talk about when you pay in terms of pricing, more expensive for them to have to pay for something because like we are receiving the pricing.
Right. So we envision this to be a premium line within the city because there is nothing else there like this. So we're envisioning that people don't need for this type of product. We're thinking for them that it's going to be somewhere around $60 to $70 for them to be on the product. But we also have that basics one that would just be catered but will have a lower cost than the solid and honest and come onto it. So they're going to be pricing for pretty much everything.
Thank you. We're going to have Nina up to finish things up, and almost there for food. And ironically enough, this actually might come too. I'll just leave that as a little. Oh, do you have the little dongle there? Or did you take it over? our time a little bit longer. We only have 2 minutes and no questions. No, I'm just kidding. I can be so cruel, right? So I just got back last week. A bunch of us were at Adventures, right? So Adventures was down in Calgary. Really great events. There's probably 30 pitches if you include the women one and the student one, maybe even 40. It was quite a good event, but man, some of they're ruthless. Like you go past 2 minutes, you're like they might shoot you. And I think it's just a blow dart from the judge, and they just go over and they drag you off the stage, right? But no, go ahead.
I never liked it.
All right, over to Nina.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. I am Nina Cheer. I am the founder and CEO of Canna Ed at Home. And I'm going to take you on a little journey with me here, and we're going to go back about 10 years. At that point in my life, I was in my 20s, and I had a then 6-year-old daughter. And I was living in so much pain that I couldn't even stand this photo that you see of us here, let alone be able to take my child for a simple bike ride. This was my life. I was on so many meds that it would make your head spin, and sadly, with little to no relief. My doctors told me with the progression of my conditions, I would soon be bound to a wheelchair. Things were not looking good for me. But then things changed, and one magical day, one fabulous, amazing day, I was introduced to cannabis, and I started to learn about it, I started to use it, and I got better. I started to sleep again, and I got off all of these meds. From then on, I devoted every extra moment I had to learning everything I could about cannabis, and then sharing that information with other people. I studied cannabis production at Mount Royal University, and through this journey, I have been able to help dozens and dozens of people to find cannabis, provide them with recipes and solutions that they can recreate for themselves. And it is with all of that in mind that I founded Canna Ed at Home. We are a workshop-based business that teaches people how to use their small appliances they already have in their kitchen and produce things with cannabis that are going to improve their lives, whether that's topicals, edibles, oils, butters, even how to cultivate business. We did extensive research, and we found there is over 150,000 Google searches in Canada alone of people looking for all different ways to process cannabis. In my workshops, I have seen 100% sold out classes, 80% customer retention, and 50% customer referral. People really want this information. This was my life. This is my life now. I make all of this in my kitchen with the plants that I grow in my home. I'd like to ask everybody here in the room a question if I could. If you could please raise your hand if you have ever taken a pharmaceutical created pill. Look around, that's literally every single person in the room. Now I want to ask you, what would your life be like if you had the knowledge and the power to reach for a plant instead of a pill? My app today is community support, technical development, and social media expertise. I'd like to open the floor to questions and discussion.
Go ahead, judges. Yeah.
I think I can bring this up. Amazing. Thanks for sharing your story. To see that slide, and seeing what the future was supposed to be, and seeing you here, I think, happy to see that this is reality.
Thank you. Yes.
And that builds a lot of credibility as well for what you're doing. So congrats to that. I see you have an ask here. I'm just curious, like, what exactly is your major challenge right now? And I guess before asking that question, I should ask, how are you making money?
So I currently held in-person workshops. I have one on Sunday, sold out.
We are charging a minimal fee for the classes right now because it's been experimental and just feeling out if there is indeed a market here. We realize that with scalability, those prices will have to go higher, especially to accommodate something like a classroom space to be able to teach these classes. So right now, I think my biggest struggle is actually finding a space. I've seen a lot of spaces that could potentially work, but they're not ideal, and I'd like ideal. So I continue that hunt. Yeah, bad.
Sorry, is this just sell product or to teach?
No, this is strictly for teaching. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. I provide recipes. I help to build and listen to, you know, with all of my experience of everything I've gone through, I have a really good understanding of how cannabis works on a human level, how it works for different ailments, different things. And I also really like to try stuff. I really like, give me a reason to cook. Give me a reason to make you a potion. Let's see if we can work. And so then I take those components and I can teach them, and using your crock pot, you can make your own medicine at home. It's quite wonderful. So
And she makes amazing bark, I'll tell you that.
yeah, got Colin sleeping again.
Well, I have no problem sleeping. It's more my wife that is. Partly because of me, I think.
Do stores, like brick and mortar stores, currently offer this kind of education that you would think they would?
There is literally no education available. No, there is for like Mount Royal University, like if you want to be an industry professional, if you'd like to go to university for it, absolutely. There is an up and coming program for nurses, you know, in cannabis. There is programs for professionals, but for everyday people, there is not. And this stuff took me 10 years to figure out. Yes.
All legal, of course.
I was wondering if there's any risks associated with this business model, especially if you're teaching and then they go on and bring stuff out. So I was just wondering how that.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure, there is definitely. I mean, we are dealing with something that is recreational but medical, right? So it's kind of that weird area. So from a business standpoint, of course, liability waivers, insurance, you know, all of those key steps. From a consumer level, it's something that I teach about in those classes. And we start with a really, really, really low dose. In Canada, you're allowed to have 28, 30 grams of cannabis at a time on you. I teach you how to cook this stuff. So it's a safe place to start. And then, of course, for those individual students, having conversations with them about the fact that this is not medical advice. This is based off of my journey, my experience, everything I've learned. And if you are considering using it for medication, it is something that you should talk to your healthcare provider about. And then I provide several different ways that they can go about getting in touch with a cannabis-friendly, knowledgeable provider.
And I'm very curious about your marketing strategy. Right now, it sounds like you're doing the programs at home, looking to expand to be able to provide it to other markets. How are you attracting?
Yeah, so right now it's just social media, and then word of mouth. Word of mouth has been huge. You know, people hear about this and they, you know, say, "Oh my gosh, can I bring my grandma?" Like, absolutely, please bring your grandma. You know, can I bring my aunt? And then, you know, the aunt is saying, "Can I bring my friend Sue? She has a bad knee." Yeah, let's do it. Let's.
30 seconds.
Okay, for 30 seconds.
Hey, what's with the 30 seconds?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, just curious. Have you thought about other channels to get this information out? It sounds like you do in-person sessions.
Yeah.
For scalability, I mean, you're thinking about starting your own TV show, right? So,
sure.
What are the other channels that you probably consider for scalability?
Yeah, so with scalability, I have definitely considered that online portion. This is where I need the technical help. I'm not so great with those things, but I suspect that there is somebody out there that really, really is, and can get, you know, that portion of things available so that I can have an online program. I've also thought about, instead of doing individual classes, that you would buy a subscription, and maybe you're going to take 6 classes, all from cultivating cannabis all the way down to making cream. You know, so that it can be sold as a package, and then that way it's, you know, guaranteed sales, guaranteed seats in the class fill, and then also that could be available both in person and online.
Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to, two things are going to happen here. John, if you could pull up. So there's the voting here, like I said, is at fuse42.ca/demo day. Okay, so you can go there and cast your people's choice vote. Okay, and please do that in the next, 7 minutes or so. That should bring us to about 1:15, and then I'll let the judges, deliberate a little bit and talk amongst themselves, and I'll talk with them, and we'll get those kind of cast for first and second, and then we'll come back together in about 15-20 minutes or so. Just have a little bit of a break, but in the meantime, that kind of wraps up our pitches. Let's hear it again for the. Really cool. I love this. This is so awesome. Like great diversity, all kinds of things. It's just really neat to see, and I'm so grateful for you all coming. We've got a bunch of people who are watching online as well. But in the meantime, please go and eat now. See, we had cannabis to get us hungry. We had good food pictures that got us excited. So this is good. Thank you very much. Please enjoy some food, and I'll call everybody back in when we have the vote. So yeah, if you guys want to spend a minute or two, just wherever you want. I mean, you can find it on the benches. You can talk with yourself. You guys see all No. I heard one person told me awesome. Give you guys your attention for the only thing I want my so far is okay, so if you guys have what you want on there. But we actually had everybody like going on there. Yes. Anytime. I will be happy to make any introductions. Well, I will be on my secretary today. I think I said it there. This was I hope so. If you don't. Oh, it's there now. I mean, it might take a minute or 5 to.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Either way, same right now.
Yes, thank you, Colin, take care.
Like just walking in here. Awesome.
Okay, you have Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Tell me, John, you're not still there. you.